Got a fuel delivery nice and early. It's a bit wet to go out and speak to the driver, I think. Chester is on the table helping with calendars, and he's not supposed to be on the table. Get down, come on. Don't eat the candle, don't eat the candle. Another wet day, so we're in the workshop playing with the stone trailer because it's nice, warm and dry. I'm just measuring this bucket now to see how wide it is, because the stone trailer is about 8 foot wide, and I think this bucket's only 7 foot. So if this is 7 foot, it'd probably be all right for filling my stone without spilling too much, unless we put like a little greedy board on the front. We're just going to have a look anyway. The bucket's 7'6" and the stone trailer's sort of 8 foot, so it doesn't really give you a lot of space. You could load on the diagonal, so I might put a little bit of a flap. I don't know if to do it full length or just a small bit in the middle where you'd heap it, so it just funnels it in a bit better, just stop it spilling everywhere. T&J are just here now for wheat, so Andrew's just going to load them up out the shed. Still got the Christmas tree on the back of the Merlot. See if you can fill it in 12 scoops like I can. I think he's on number 3 now. I think we might have over dried this. There's quite a bit of dust coming off it. Half a ton and he should be full. Got the box tipped up to sell him. But beat the arm when he's ready. There we go. I think it's about 15 buckets. Just looking what we can. Got the same size front hubs, because I have got a spare fast track tyre, so I thought if we get 2 rims that'd fit on the stone trailer, then I've got spurs for the fast track. But the hubs on the fast track are massive. They're like 13 inch across or something, whereas the stone trailer hub is only like 11. That's only 8 stud. The ones on that big case are absolutely huge. The John Deere ones, I think the hub is slightly too small, but the front wheels of the 724 are bang on. So I really need 2 rims off the front of a 724 and 2 wide tyres like that for the stone trailer, or we just use it with what's on at the moment. But there's a spacer missing, so we're gonna have to make one. Is it 10 stud? I think they're probably too big then though. Would look a beast with them, wouldn't they? So I think they're ideal. And it doesn't do anything all winter. I don't like taking wheels off things though, because you always feel like it might just fall off on the road one day because you've been mauling with it. So I don't think we'll take them off the combine. Let's see if this plasma tip is good enough. I think it's a bit worn. See if we can cut a ring out of that to make a spacer for over here, because this had little spacers on because it's not threaded all the way. And then if you look at this wheel, it's got a spacer in the back, so I don't understand why that is. So we'll make one for this side and we can put that wheel back on. But it had all sorts of bits of, I don't know, it looks like nearly a broken rim anyway. There's a spacer. Cut that out now and it's fell in there. Tried to get a time lapse, but this is what happened. Plasma's pretty good. It's not particularly round, but it's good enough. It just has a little bit of an edge there, so I'll just whiz it off now with the whizzer. Oh, perfect. Right. Solid there. Quiz question, which tyre is the right way round? Bearing in mind it's a trailer. The right or the left? Tell it's old, it's left hand thread this side. Just trimming this lighting board down so I can mount it lower on here between the wheels. It nearly catches the wheel, so I'll just take an inch off either end with the whizzer. Done that end already. And then cut these old lights off. Screw that on there, and then we're going to put a spike on here for carrying rolls of pipe. And a couple of hooks to ratchet it on. This has been the old engine guard from when it was a dumper, and it's been left on obviously to protect this ram, but we want some space for tools, so we're going to cut that off and and put a piece of angle iron, I think, over the top of that ram to protect it if any stone spills out. And then that way then we've got all this square in the middle to put tools and laser levels and things. Put that on there, one up from baler twine, cable ties, but at least if we back into the stone pile it can move, or if you're getting stuck it can flap. We've got it as low as possible so when we put the hook on there, the roll of pipe won't restrict the lights. Just cable tie the cable now underneath. This ram's a bit knackered, so I'm just going to clean it up with some emery cloth just so the seals don't get any worse. Tell me you've got a puppy without telling me you've got a puppy. Hopefully, this is my Christmas present off my mum, which I chose. The box in a box. Let's see what it is. Ta-da! Does anyone know what it is? Well, it's a slide hammer. So that you screw it onto different attachments and you use it to pull things off, shafts or pulleys or different things. They're like legs as well that can go on to that, and then it'll pull out. So if you've got a bearing stuck on something, I'm trying to find something now. Yeah, so if you go around here, say if you wanted to pull that bearing off there because it had gone and it was mounted slightly different and it was in a hole, you could put the claws inside there and then pull with it and it'd slide it off and hammer it. So it's like a hammer you use for knocking things forwards. Well, that'll knock things towards you. So that's the whole point of it. Can't really see a good example on there where you'd use it. There's plenty of times when you do need one. But the one I had lost and it didn't have all the right attachments. They'd got lost over the years. Well, hopefully this one has got most of the attachments with it in the box and it can all live in the case. It's one of them things that you might not use for a year, but when you need it, it saves you a lot of time. Yeah, put one of the attachments on, so you've got these little hooks. And I think you should have like an elastic band or something around there that would make it so that it's spread out like that, and you'd put it in an internal bearing. And then you slide it with that, and it basically hammers and pulls. So, pretty nifty. Yesterday's decision was pretty unanimous that it needs to be Richard Weston yellow or orange, whichever you call it, to match the trailers over there. So I've been and got some more. We had some anyway. It's RAL 1007, I think it is. So this is a new tin of it as well, so hopefully I should have enough. Yeah, RAL 1007. Easy to remember. James Bond paint. I'm just riveting it down a little bit more now with a wire brush. I've ordered a sandblaster attachment for the jet wash. I don't know how well it'll work, but it's going to arrive tomorrow, so we'll try that and see. So we don't do any painting today, we'll just get it ready and then see if we can get it ready even better tomorrow. You could sandblast the whole thing, but I haven't really got the time to do all that. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, there's BT now come to fix the BT phone line that's been broken since the storm. So it turns out they've only come to fix the phone line, which still sort of works, but just crackles. It's the fibre that we won't fixing because it takes me ages to upload every night. It used to be nearly instantaneous, but now, because the fibre's been broken, I have to upload it through a 3G or 4G connection. It's a pain in the ass. Look at that cloud pattern. Looks like wire mesh or furrows or something. Mad. I've just found this mesh. I think Elliot gave us a few years ago when we were putting a new floor in this cherry-picker basket. It was too big. Anyway, we're going to cut that now to form a basket around the front for putting tools in. And then we've got this piece of angle iron, because we took that guard off because it was too big and it was just in the way. I'm going to put this piece of angle iron on here to protect the ram from any stones dropping. There we go. I'll weld that in there now. One for the other side. Be a bit different. Have a little bit of a gap cut out for the ram, and then something up here, just in the front about that high. And then just a toolbox. Put a greedy board on there so that stone still doesn't fall into it as well. I think I've measured that wrong because it doesn't quite meet. It's like missing by an inch. Oh, cut another piece. Bit hard to see on the camera, but welded the mesh in the front here, there, here. Just need to sort that out because it's a bit sharp. You can see better. Sort that, and then got a basket there now. Andrew's just been given this sort of an undercoat with some Richard Weston yellow, because it was overwhelmingly, that's what everyone said, as well as MB track green. Anyway, we haven't got MB track green, but we had Richard Weston yellow or orange, whichever you call it. So he's giving that a bit of a coat now, another brush for now. And then I've just welded this on the back. This is putting extra rolls of drainage pipe on. I'm just gonna put some in here to triangulate it a little bit so it doesn't sort of shear off at that point there when it's going down the road. Just found this bit of scrap and it's perfect to go there, and then that'll make that a lot stronger. And ended up getting distracted by the BT people. They've come and fixed the phone line fault, which wasn't that bad a fault. So I've not really finished this. I want to weld a plate up there. Andrew's given this one coat, so you can see it's starting to look Richard Weston orange. Another coat and it'll be fine. That is now welded on. Support bar is on the top there. And we're going to get some straps so that we can fasten it on and leave it on, so when you lift the roll of pipe on, it'll be strapped on. That has been moved. Light's been cut off. Old number plate's been taken off. All this works. We checked it yesterday. We couldn't get pipes because they said that they were open and they weren't. But it's slowly starting to take shape. Not had time to do the birthday bumper before it went dark. Another wagon turned up for wheat as well at the same time as the BT people. But we'll do the birthday bumper as an outro. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, don't forget, if you want a calendar as well, they're still on eBay. There's a link below this video, and also check out what Chester's been up to today. Chester seems to be getting more views than me nearly now at the moment.